What up, fam? Chuck Rucker. We are recording outside in this on this beautiful day, and we got a couple birthdays coming up, so I got to get out of here. But I wanted to hop on real quick and let's make this a little clearer for us, y'all. Hope y'all having a beautiful day. What up, y'all? It is such look we out. It is such a beautiful day out here today. It's not quite 100 degrees, I don't believe, but it feels like it is 100 degrees, but it feels like it's in the 80s somewhere. But anyway, I just wanted to stop before I get out into this craziness of the rest of my day with my babies, and just give a shout out to everybody who has been rocking with Ruck's Place. And I had some like real serious stuff on my mind that I wanted to talk about. And look, here's the thing: when you are trying to do a breakthrough, you have to come up out of whatever it is that you're doing on a daily basis, whatever that may be, that thing that may be your lifeline, that thing that may be taking care of you and your family, but you desperately want to break from that and do something that you have dreamed about doing, and you know that, man, if I don't get this done now, I may never get an opportunity to do this. I feel you 100%, right? I know that path, and I know how that can be. And I encourage you guys to never quit. You just can't quit. You need to step out. If you have to step out and go get started on that thing, you can't quit, right? And things are going to get crazy on you. Things are going to start turning upside down. You're going to start changing. You're going to see a different version of yourself that you may not be ready to accept, but it is the change that is needed. But understand that there is always a season, and you are going to have to go through all of those seasons. There is no, uh, you're not exempt. You will never be exempt when you decide to get out of your comfort zone. You already feel it. Just the thought of you doing something that you are not currently doing today rattles and shakes you. Then you put one foot in front of the other and you start taking the steps towards that thing, and you get rattled and shaken even more. And then you get going down that path, and then other people start to rattle and shake you too, right? Because now you are becoming alien to them. So you're foreign to them. And you have to be mature enough to understand that you are changing, not the same personality that you were when you were around them. And when you see them get what may seem, depending on where you position in the relationship, uh, you might think they're starting to act funny. And the fact is that they are. They are. You may feel that they're turning against you. And the fact is, you're distancing yourself, which is very necessary. You have to distance yourself. There's got to be a distance in order for things to change for you, right? Because when you're so close to the thing, there's no room to breathe. You're caught up in the regular, everyday routine that everybody expects of you and you of them. If they decided, you know what, I want to stop doing this and I'm going to go do something, and you might, some questions might come up for you, like, why are you up to that? Why are you doing that? Right? What causes you to want to go do that all of a sudden? Right? But you got to allow for that change. And in order to have that change, there's some space. Understand that there has to be that space in order for you to develop and grow. And that means sometimes you may have to leave the home. You may have to leave the friendship. You may have to leave the friend circle. It's a funny thing that I heard, and I just thought the guy who told me this was absolutely nuts. This guy was super wealthy. I mean, extremely wealthy. And uh, young enough to start a brand new family, raise three kids to adult life, put them through college, and decided, I don't want to be with this woman anymore because for whatever reason. I need to, for myself though, he said, I needed to build something that this person would be in a way. Is that fair? A lot of people would say it's not. But for him, it was what it would take. And he did. He dropped the family. He went and became extremely successful. He started a new family. He said to me, "You got to leave your family." And I said, "You're crazy." On a meeting one day, I had started out on this journey. And he said to me, "I'm telling you, Chuck, you cannot carry a family and do this podcast. It's not going to happen for you." And I fought against that because I had a supporting family and I have a supporting family. But as things progress and that support doesn't receive what they believe they are sacrificing for in the time that they think that they should, those words that he said start to become more and more and more uh, relevant, valuable, I guess, in a sense. Because when you don't become the Picasso as they expect, or you sold them, those people around you, a time on, they start looking for time frames. Can I get a time frame? When does this end? When do you walk away from all of this work that you put in? When do you decide that it is not working for me and quit because of their needs? And to a certain degree, they're right. And then to a bigger degree, they're wrong. Because if you have life to live and you have started to put in the work, shedded the layers of whatever it is that you needed to shed in order to be able to be effective in a way that you believe that you have to be, when the world says no to you, you're the only voice that is going to say yes to you. Even the people that may be doing what you're doing, they figured it out because they went through a flame, through a fire, through a test, through a season. You have to understand that their season is not your season, and you have to go through your season. Their success will never be your success. That's why they're sitting where they are and you're sitting where you are. And if you quit with all that I just mentioned going on, you will never know if you will ever make it. All right? I hope that message hit some of you guys. I hope it came to you right on time. I hope you could look through it and see exactly what I was saying to you. If you meant, if you were in the season where you needed to hear this message, I hope I delivered it to you in a way that we can revisit this if it wasn't clear. But some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're at this point, right? You see the Picasso. They don't. You have to continue on in order for you to grab that Picasso and hang it on your wall and say, "See, I told you so." Even if they are not around, to yourself, "I told you so." And thank yourself for the fact that you kept going. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. I love the fact that y'all hang with me, rock with me. Ruck's Place forever, y'all. And peace out. Happy, 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 happy life, man. All right, peace.